name is Lori Campbell, consumer advocate and financial literacy expert from CanAge, Canada's resource for trusted information for Canadian seniors. Today we present a series of videos starting with frauds and scams for information for seniors. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CanAgeSeniors. You can also reach out to us through our newsletter at CanAge.ca/newsletters. Identity theft. Identity theft occurs when a criminal tries to take out your information and apply for credit cards. They may apply for a mortgage. They may even try to clean out your bank account. Please ensure that you keep all of your personal information close at hand. If you lose your wallet or it's stolen, report your lost credit cards and bank cards immediately to the banks that you have them with. Also report it to the authorities. Make sure if you're expecting something in the mail and it does not show up, that you report it to the authorities immediately so that you can ensure that you are not a victim of identity theft. Credit and debit card theft. This unfortunately is extremely common. Make sure you never share your PIN with anybody and never lend out your credit card to anyone. If you feel someone has copied your credit card information, make sure that you report this to your bank and have that credit card canceled. Make sure that you always keep your information handy and be very, very wary of when you're using your PIN that someone else behind you is not watching you. Online scams. Online scams are becoming more and more sophisticated. You'll often get an email, even perhaps from someone you think that you know, asking for information from you. Or they may say they know about this great new investment or this great new opportunity for getting money, and all you need to do is click on a particular website. Do not click on it, and make sure that if it's someone that you think you know, you find out from them personally. Also, be aware of the individual that comes across and says a long-lost relative has died in another country and you're the only person that's living that will inherit a whole bunch of money. These types of scams are very, very common. You can notice some of them by their spelling mistakes and errors in the email, but they're becoming more and more sophisticated, so sometimes it's hard to tell. Just be very wary and always check before making any decision, and never ever click on any other site. Phone scams. These are very, very similar to door-to-door scams, and the fact that they phone you and they try to make you feel guilty for not, supporting a charity or a particular cause. They want your credit card information. Never again give your credit card information to anyone that contacts you. This is a scam, and they are trying to get information out of you and may even try to get more personal information out of you during this type of a call. And also, there is something called the do not call list that you can contact to make sure that your name is off any lists that are calling you that may be legitimate, but you're not interested in being a part of. Be very vigilant again with people you talk to on the phone, and do not give out any personal information. Phishing and vishing. First, let's talk about phishing. Phishing is where a website may pop up or an email may pop up and says you need to update your information with your credit card or with your bank. It looks exactly like your actual bank on the website. And you go to the site, it looks exactly like the particular bank, colors and everything. The problem is your bank is never going to reach out to you in that way for you to update your information. This is called phishing because what they'll do is they will have your personal information when you type it in to update your bank, and then they will collect that information and clean out your bank account if they can. Be very wary of any that comes to your bank or to your email, to your text or anything like that asking you for update information. That's a scam. The second one is vishing, and this is voice again with phone calls, and they'll be phoning you to say, oh, we're from CRA, you're immediately in difficulty, you haven't paid your debt, you could be going to jail, and that sort of thing, and they want you to provide bank information or they want you to pay them to get rid of this debt. It's a scam. CRA is never going to reach out to you in that way. It also could be someone pretending to be from your bank, asking you to verify certain information, asking you to give your credit card because it might have been compromised. Do not do this. Hang up, call your bank, call CRA to make sure that they never called you directly. And always, always, always make sure you never give out this type of personal information. The romance scam. These individuals really know how to pull at your heartstrings. Everybody's looking for love, and if you're single, it's very common to go on dating websites nowadays to find that special person. The problem is these criminals are trolling websites looking for vulnerable individuals that they can scam out of their hard-earned money. Be very wary of someone who tells you they love you early on in the game, someone who tells you how wonderful and how they've never ever met anyone as amazing as you. They want to meet you, but they live in a foreign country, or their bank account was compromised, or their wallet was stolen. Something's preventing them from meeting you. And if you just held them out in this bind financially, then things would work out. They will continue to borrow money from you or grab money out of you any chance they get if you give them money. So do not give them any money. Be very, very wary of individuals that tell you that they want to meet you, but over and over again they cancel because something's happened. If you're going on a dating website, make sure that you go to a neutral site to meet somebody and be very, very vigilant in checking them out, making sure that you know everything about them before you continue to date them. Never ever give any money to these individuals. The grandparent scam. This is another one that really pulls on an individual's heartstrings. This is where your grandchild, or someone pretending obviously to be your grandchild, calls up and says they need money immediately. They've been in an accident, they can't get out of the country that they're in some type of trouble, you know, they've lost their wallet, whatever the case may be. Be very, very wary, especially because they're often going to tell you, don't tell mom and dad. I don't want them to know because I'm very embarrassed. In these cases, hang up immediately, call the authorities to make a complaint, and then of course call your grandchildren to make sure they're okay. Bitcoin scam. Everybody's obsessed about Bitcoins these days, and the problem is that some scammers are using this to try to get people to pay for either a big investment that they've just found out about or a CRA debt that you have to pay off. They may call you to say that you have some big, huge outstanding debt with your bank and you can only pay in Bitcoins. No legitimate company would ever ask you to pay for anything in Bitcoins, so run as fast as you can from this scam. The bottom line, if you're a victim of fraud or some type of scam, you can contact the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre at 1-888-495-8501 to make a complaint. Always remember to keep all your information close at hand, never share your credit card information, never open the door to someone, and anybody contacting you regarding a debt owed, get their number and phone them back to make sure it is legitimate. We at CanAge hope that you found today's video useful and informative. Don't forget to sign up for our free newsletter at CanAge.ca/newsletter. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CanAgeSeniors. You can also like us on Facebook.